Okay, so what I'm going to try here is I'm going to try to change the hydraulic oil filter on my CK2510. I'm at the 50-hour service, so you don't need to actually change the fluid, just the filters. So I'm going to attempt to do it without making any mess by using a shop vac. So I've got my filter here all ready to go. I've already lubed up the O-ring on it to hopefully address the tight filter issues in the future. I've actually cracked this free already. It's a bit of a bear to get it loose. And I've got a shop vac running up onto the fill port, which I'm going to turn on before I remove this filter in hopes that the suction will actually create enough vacuum inside the transmission here to keep any oil from coming out. Okay, so this is my shop vac setup. I just got an old beater shop vac here. Run the hose up through. The way I do it is, or did it I should say, is I put a nice big loop here in case it gets any frothing coming up or hydraulic oil coming up. Should hopefully prevent any from being able to get into the vacuum itself. So then the way I hook it up is simply turn the camera in here. So what I did is I just took the cap off, took a rig, and then to air seal it to help get better suction, I just took the rag and kind of jammed it in. I worked it in. Just like so. And now you can see I've got the vacuum on there, the big loop. So hopefully I don't make a mess in my vacuum that way. I don't know if it's going to work, but let's try it. Well, let's tighten this bad boy up. That actually seems like it worked pretty good. The only oil that come out is more or less a few drips here, and then what's in the filter. Alright, welcome to part 2 of the try to change my filters without making a mess, but I don't really know what I'm doing video. Alright, so now we're going to do the I guess this is your HST oil filter cartridge. I've already got my vacuum set up here. I've got my filter ready to go. I've already lubed, oiled the O-ring on this guy so it's not going to stick for future. Because the way this filter is horizontal, I'm assuming I'm going to make a bit more mess than I did with the one underneath. But using the shop vac, hopefully we can keep that down to an absolute minimum. I got an oil can underneath here just to catch whatever I do spill. Alright, well, let's just give her. Yeah, so I did make a little bit of a mess, but not too bad. Got a little bit here. And what did drip mostly got into my pan here, so that's pretty good. Overall, not too bad. The shop vac trick definitely helps a lot. This is the color of the hydraulic fluid that came out of my filter. My first time ever actually doing a hydraulic oil change, so not too sure if that looks good or for 50 hours.